The Cairo Declaration, announced on December 1st, followed the conference held by Chiang Kai-shek, Roosevelt and Churchill on the 27th of November. The aim of the summit, called for by U.S. President, was to work together in curbing Japanese expansion in the Pacific.
The American Navy was mostly destroyed by the Japanese at Pearl Harbor. The Americans planned to provide China military arms, personnel and expertise to allow it to resist the Japanese military attacks, while they concentrated on Europe.
Cairo was chosen as the venue because Europe was engulfed in war. Egypt was a center point for the three nations and also a main military base for British troops and arms. This is the Mina House Hotel at the foot of the pyramids, the place which hosted the three leaders back in 1943. Their declaration did not just shape the outcome of World War II, but also set the goals for the post-war nations. The declaration emphasized the need to force Japan into unconditional surrender. It stressed that all land seized by Japan from China since World War I in 1914, including Taiwan, should return to China, and Korea would become free and independent.
The meeting was a turning point in the war. It united the forces fighting the Germans with the ones fighting Japan. This declaration was an action plan for the rest of the war. It was legalized and binding when incorporated into the Potsdam Agreement, the basis of the instrument of surrender by Japan in 1945.
Experts say the conference and declaration in Cairo were also significant in re-establishing China as a world power and Chiang Kai-shek as one of the main allies in the war. Yasser Hakim for CCTV, Cairo.
On the eve of the 70th anniversary of the Cairo Declaration, Chinese ambassador to Egypt, Song told the press that the seriousness and effectiveness of the declaration should not be disputed. Song revealed the history of the signing of the document at the Mina House Cairo Hotel, where it was signed. He refuted Japan's right-wing group's claims that the Cairo Declaration is not legally binding. Song said the declaration is an international document with historical significance and an outcome of the joint efforts fighting against the fascist Axis. He said the document, together with the Potsdam Declaration, have recognized the facts about Japan's aggression of China and demanded Japan return all the land it seized from China. The Chinese ambassador noted that the two documents form the legal basis for resolving the Diaoyu Islands ownership dispute between China and Japan. He pointed out that China stands resolutely in safeguarding its national sovereignty and territorial integrity.